probably have seen maybe 10 YouTubers that have well over like 100,000 subscribers switching over to this device. Wanted to be testing out the 4K 60 frames per second while walking, primarily because I want to test the stabilization, but also try out this ND filter, ND64 I believe, just because of how incredibly sunny it is today. So the sun is that way, but I'm obviously walking the opposite direction. So yeah, ND filters are amazing. I'm so happy. 2 dead squirrels, that's horrible. But I'm so happy to have these ND filters because they just work really well. Before I had ND filters, it was really tough to car was very loud. It was really tough to get like quality footage and not have it be way too bright. And whenever I would try to add filters, it just didn't look good whatsoever. So I'm not using any type of like D-Log or H-Log, anything. I'm literally only using the auto settings on the camera. Now I could adjust the EV level, but I'm just doing auto, whatever the camera decides to do. I'm moving the camera back and forth, pretty stable footage, which is great. I'm not using the DJI Mic 2, just using the internal microphone that's on the device because I think it works pretty well, which is great. Someone had made a comment and they were telling me that the DJI device picks up breathing really well. So there are settings that you can do to fix that, but again, I don't think it's like that drastic of an issue. I'm gonna switch over to my left hand because it's getting chilly. It's currently like 20 to 30 something degrees here in Massachusetts. Do I wish I was in a warmer climate? Absolutely. But I guess for now, this will have to do. But it's okay, you know. It could be worse, could be much colder. I'm sure in like someplace like Alaska or something of that sort, I'm sure it would be way colder. So yeah, I have made many videos about this device so far, and I continue to want to make more videos about this device just because of how incredible it actually is. I joined this Reddit page the other day, and it had just these toxic people in the comments. So if you're someone on Reddit talking about the DJI device, just chill out, okay? These people were just going crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't need to be so serious about like everything that you say. You know, everyone was like so upset, posted a video talking about it. But on to other notes, I just always love this battery with this device. It just works so well. The charging speed is like incredible. I think it's only like 16 minutes like per charge, I believe, so that's really cool. Super fast charging, which is really helpful for a device when you're on the go and needing to record. So that's really helpful. And I'm thinking about possibly getting like a mount for my car to use this device, because I'd be really curious, like if you used a mount, how it would do in terms of stabilization, because when you're driving, obviously it's going to be really shaky footage. Like it's really hard to not have shaky footage if you're using any device whatsoever. It's pretty nice now because it's somewhat of like a golden hour per se, but not really. But yeah, this camera actually works really well in cold conditions. I'm not sure if anyone has really spoken about that before, but it works really well. Like currently it's probably 28 degrees, and I don't have any like lagging or freezing issues or issues with the battery, which is great. So again, what I really love about the battery handle is that it's constantly charging the camera as it is like dying, or not dying, but losing battery. Dying is not really a great way to describe that, but it's constantly charging it, which is really helpful. And there's no limit as to like how many battery handles you can use. So the creator combo only does come with one. However, I'm sure there's probably going to be aftermarket companies or third-party companies that are going to come out with you know, different types of battery handles, but I'd probably end up staying just with DJI devices, just considering that sometimes when you use third-party devices, they're not as good as, I guess, what the you know, what the authentic brand would actually use. So yeah, but no, I mean, devices works so well. You know, if you have an SD card, obviously you can film so much because of the storage, but the battery, like, it just lasts really long for a setting that is pretty high, which is cool. I haven't really tested doing like slow-mo shots, which I'm thinking about doing. I've never really tested that, so it's interesting. The device does a pretty good job in terms of it being too windy with like noise levels. So if it gets way too loud, the device will pretty much like turn off the mic, which is cool. Just because it realizes that like your audio footage just isn't even worth like saving. It still will record the video. Now that is a setting that you can change. However, not really something that I would need to do personally, but it's cool to have that feature, which is nice. I've made a comment about this before, but the one downside of using ND filters on this device is that you're not able to use the wide angle lens at the same time, which is pretty unfortunate. I wish that was the case, because I do think the wide angle lens does add a good amount of like distance between what you're shooting, but then at the same time it is kind of okay, because I feel like the lens itself like already does have kind of a wide angle, which is fine. But yeah, I do wish that was a feature that you could do. Now I don't know if like DJI thought about that when they were using their wide angle lens, but that's okay. Now I don't know if DJI actually has their own ND filters. I've never just never like seen them come out with them, but interesting. Yeah, no, just incredible. I recently was testing out the ND, I think it was ND8, and it's so cool how even just like something that minor works really well with this device. Now ND64 to me, I think, in my opinion, gives the most like aesthetically pleasing feel to it. Now it is pretty sunny out. Obviously the sun is somewhat going down. I think sunset is around like 4 something here, but I think it just gives kind of the nicest feel to it. I'm actually gonna sit down here because the sun is essentially right in my face, so I want to give you guys an actual kind of feel for it, and look. Me sitting in the dirt, but who cares? Gotta live life on the edge. Maybe if I can sit somewhere where I'm not gonna fall down as I'm shooting. Here we go, this is better. But yeah, no, ND filters are incredible. I definitely recommend using ND filters just for any situation. Like even if you're inside, I recommend using ND filters. It's just gonna make your experience better, your footage better, and you're not gonna look like a noob. It's an old video game term. But you're not gonna look like you don't know what you're doing when you're recording video. I mean, nobody wants that, but especially when it comes to just shooting, you know, don't want to do it. As I'm recording, there's two geese here. See if I can zoom in. We're gonna add some motion tracking so the gimbal will follow them as they're I think another nice thing about the device is like how you're able to alter the way or the direction of where the gimbal is, but then also still have like your subject being in frame. So what I mean by that is the gimbal essentially is pointing this direction, but because of the way that I have it set and the way that you can make the gimbal look, I'll still be in the frame as that's happening. Another thing, if I wanted to double tap on my face, then I can have it focus on it and not lose track of where I'm going. So that's really helpful. I'm always curious with the audio whenever there's some type of wind. I've used so many different, this one branch is like hitting my head constantly. There's so many devices that I've used in the past where where the audio just gets messed up because of the wind, but I don't feel like that's the case with this device, which is a great thing to know. But let me show you guys what the difference would look like if I don't use an ND filter. So I'm going to take this off and you guys are going to see the difference, right? That's insane. If I tap on my face, there's going to be a difference, but still, like, what a difference in quality when it comes to using an ND filter. So this is like the device trying to make up for all that light that's coming into, you know, my face right now, which is just not good at all. And then once I add the ND filter, so much better of a look. Don't have to worry about just footage just being lost, because I definitely don't want that. But yeah, incredible. ND filters, someone, I don't know who you were, but someone in the comments was like, dude, I really like your footage, great videos, but you need an ND filter. I appreciate that. You helped me out a lot. So, you know, invest in a good ND filter, even if it is not the most budget friendly. I recommend getting good ones because, again, it's just going to make your footage that much better. Not really worth getting cheap ones. I know there's a lot that are plasticky and the filters themselves are not great quality. Like, invest in good ones. I definitely recommend Freewell. It's a great company when it comes to ND filters. Now, one thing that I will say I don't really, or I guess could be improved when it comes to the DJI Pocket 3 is probably the zoom. Now, I think you can do up to like 2x zoom, but it would be nice to do it further and I guess get higher quality when you're recording, because that would just be better, especially like when things are crossing by, or if you want to record something it's moving, or even if you're a far distance away, like still being able to zoom that far away. Now, again, is it a big thing? No, but I guess in terms of like critiquing and maybe thinking that something could be improved, I do think the zoom would be a great feature to, I guess, make better or improve with the device itself. So that would be really cool. I also think it would be nice to have some different colors with this device. I think it would be nice having something different than just black. For like the exterior, I think it'd be cool to have like different colorways. Not that that's, again, a big importance or something that's going to drastically change the device itself, but I do think it would be cool to have like a completely white device, maybe just some of the basic colors, red, blue, green. Like, I think that would be really cool, make it stand out. I don't know if there would ever be like a big issue with that, but I do think sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating if you pull this out, and, you know, I'm not saying that it looks like a weapon by any means, but I do think like the size of it can maybe make some people think like, what is this thing that this guy is holding? So just something to think about. I think it could have been cool to have like a completely white device, but again, I don't know if the market would really, if people would really buy into that. So that's something to think about. Crazy how the battery is still at 100. So again, the battery handle is just still charging it. You're able to see too what the battery handle is at while you're filming. On the top right corner, it shows the battery. You tap the battery and then it will show the battery level of the device, and then also of the battery handle. So it's helpful to know kind of like where you're at when it comes to it. So again, I don't know who this engineering team was that created the DJI Pocket 3, but just like the little things that they, you know, focused on and the improvements that they made from the second one. I don't know if I've really ever seen a company that has made so much of a drastic difference between the second model and the third, because it's incredible what they can do and the difference of it. So yeah, that's it's really cool. My head looks so much smaller using my hoodie, but I'm also really happy that a lot of content creators are starting to use the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, just showing how good of a device it actually is. I probably have seen maybe 10 YouTubers that have well over like 100,000 subscribers switching over to this device, which is incredible. I think that's amazing, because again, the more people that use this device, I think the better it's going to be for upgrades and also just the market in general. Like when you have a product that is doing really well and is just altering how people view like creating content and the type of video quality that you're able to get, you know, it's going to make everything so much better. So absolutely love that. I mean, someone, I guess I'll give a shout out, is I watched this YouTuber called Froggy Flips. If you guys haven't seen him, does a lot of like, I wouldn't really say reselling, but more collecting of like vintage toys, which is cool. But he specifically, you know, typically goes to yard sales and tries to have like footage where he's essentially recording, buying and selling and finding toys. But the thing is, what happens with a lot of his footage is it looks really shaky when he had a GoPro. So now the difference is, now that he has the DJI Pocket 3, this looks so much more stable. The quality of his videos looks way better. So I'm happy that someone who has well over like 300,000 subscribers is using a device like this. But even for smaller YouTubers too, who are like, you know, previously I had an iPhone, or I had a GoPro, or I had a DSLR camera, and now I'm using the Osmo Pocket 3. I think that's incredible that they're all deciding to switch over. So yeah, because I think the old YouTube ways was that you would have a DSLR video camera. I think we can all remember the likes of like Casey Neistat, maybe Jesse Wellens, but like using a DSLR camera to vlog and seeing that massive camera hooked up to a tripod, and now you have a very different size and device that's able to capture, in my opinion, better video quality. But again, I think DSLRs will always have a place, and I'm not saying that they're not good devices whatsoever, but again, you gotta understand, for vlogging, I just don't see there being a better device than this. Like, I just don't. I barely can think of a device that competes with this device in any type of way. You know, when people comment again and again, they're like, is this device worth it? Like, I remember buying different cameras and just thinking that that was like the next good thing, the next best device. And I would always just get disappointed with it. But this device, I've never felt like so genuinely just excited to have it. So I'm really happy about that, that I ended up buying it. I actually bought it while I was in Aruba, which was kind of funny. I got it shipped to the house and came within, honestly, I think it was like 3 or 4 days. So it was actually really quick delivery times, which is awesome. But yeah, I'm just really happy that I purchased it, and you know, I'm curious to see what more accessories come with the device moving forward, because I'm sure there's going to be, you know, more stuff coming out. So it'll be interesting. I don't know. And I could even, I mean, this may be pretty bold, but I could see movies getting filmed with this device, just how stable the footage is. I know that that would be kind of insane, but I could see like some indie movies being filmed with this device. I think it's that good. And I just think, you know, the sky's the limit with this type of device, if you know what you're doing. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of 4K 60? Do you think it is kind of the best setting for the DJI Pocket 3? And also, what do you guys think about not having ND filters come with the device? I think that would have been really important when they came out with the creator combo. I think it's honestly something that's kind of essential for a device like this. So let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.